7 News has obtained a disturbing video of a Prince George's County police officer and his use of force. A warning, though, some of this video is hard to watch. On your side, I-Team investigative reporter Scott Taylor is here to break it all down. Scott?
Police officers have a very tough and dangerous job. Force is sometimes used. This video shows a very intoxicated suspect who spits on Officer Stephen Tucker back in 2020. Take a look. While he's driving, Tucker responds by hitting the suspect in the head over and over again. You're watching a suspect in 2020 spit at Prince George's County police officer Stephen Tucker while he's driving a patrol car. Tucker reacts by punching the suspect a total of 8 times. Is it the proper use of force? Decide for yourself, but Prince George's County Police called Tucker's use of force justifiable. Campaign Zero, an advocacy group that pushes to end law enforcement agency violence and hold police accountable, has a different take.
It was clear that that was an unwarranted use of force and that punching him repeatedly in the head was not an appropriate response.
The suspect, handcuffed and wearing a seatbelt in the front seat because the department doesn't supply backseat cages in all of its patrol cars. Listen to Officer Tucker, in his own words, explain to investigators what happened.
When he did spit, it went all over my face and in my eye, and I turned my head, and I was still trying to like keep the car right, driving, but I could feel that started to wobble. As soon as I got the spit in my face, that's when I reacted, and I did do four reactionary hits.
Criminologist Eric Pisa with Northeastern University says a key to determine the level of use of force is when use of force is no longer needed.
The question becomes exactly at what point was the force no longer warranted? And that's a little bit difficult to tell from secondhand footage. Again, the officer responded, it would seem to be appropriately to the force. It's a little bit difficult to tell from the video exactly at what point was the force no longer needed to subdue the suspect.
Prince George's County Police policy says unjustified force includes the following: inappropriate force, unnecessary force, or excessive force which is intentional, malicious, and results in injury or potential injury.
I'm shocked, frankly, that he received no discipline for those punches. And it's a reminder that the police time and time again get away with doing whatever they want, regardless of department policy.
Tucker was suspended 5 hours without pay for his use of language, but no discipline for the 8 punches. In an internal investigation, First Sergeant William Gleason, who the department says is one of the country's foremost experts in use of force, states the first few punches were reasonable. The last couple needed to be justified by Tucker and may have been more than what was needed to stop the spitting assault. Here's Tucker explaining the additional 4 punches.
Then after those, the best that I remember is that my main goal was to keep him away from trying to spit again. So that's where the other hits and me trying to move him was for.
Tucker's supervisor on the scene shortly after the punches reviewed the dash cam video and stated the second number of punches did not appear in compliance with police policy, and the first set of strikes seemed to be effective enough in stopping the spitting assault. We did some digging and discovered Tucker has been under review for 37 incidents of use of force over the past 8 years, which averages out to 1 use of force incident every 2.7 months.
Every 90 days would seem to be a little high to me.
For months, Prince George's County Police Chief Malik Aziz, who was not chief during the 2020 incident, has denied our request for an on-camera interview multiple times. Brian Fisher, the police department's media relations division manager, tells 7 News that talking about individual officers does not rise to the level of the chief of police. That's simply not true. Aziz has, on multiple occasions, talked about individual officers on camera, including on 7 News, regarding viral video of one of his officers kissing a woman at a park.
I'm curious, as the chief, what was your reaction when you saw that video for the first time? Well, I thought it does not represent our vibrant, robust brand.
7 News requested a copy of the department's written policy that prohibits Aziz from talking on camera about individual officers. It doesn't exist. 7 News hasn't been able to reach the suspect and his charges dropped. Officer Tucker isn't talking to us. He did complete a refresher course on use of force and de-escalation training back in 2021. That's Tucker using a neck restraint last fall on another handcuffed suspect. We dig into all of this later in the week. For the I-Team, Scott Taylor, 7 News.
News on Your Side has discovered a major concern about the Prince George's County Police Department. A lack of backseat cages may have led to disturbing use of force incidents.
I-Team investigator Scott Taylor has been exclusively reporting on this topic, and he joins us now here in studio. Scott, what else can you share with us about the police department?
Yeah, let me show you. Last week we showed you both of these videos that show a use of force by Prince George's County Police. What we noticed about both, take a close look, the police try to place suspects in the front seat of the patrol cars, and that's when it turns ugly. It's clear that Prince George's County Police Department's lack of backseat cages in their patrol cars in 2 separate incidents of use of force contributed to things getting out of control very quickly. No backseat cage in 2020 when Officer Stephen Tucker is spit on by a handcuffed and belted-in suspect, and Tucker punches the man 8 times. Campaign Zero, an advocacy group that pushes to end law enforcement agency violence and hold police accountable, called it unwarranted.
It was clear that that was an unwarranted use of force and that punching him repeatedly in the head was not an appropriate response.
Let's fast forward to October of last year, and Tucker is again trying to place a suspect in the front seat of a patrol car, and the man doesn't want to comply. That's when Tucker uses a neck restraint on the man. Both fall to the ground, and Tucker's arm lands on the man's neck. Both use of force incidents were justifiable, according to the police department. But 7 News wants to know, why are officers placing suspects in the front seat, putting both the suspect and officers in potential danger? Criminologist Eric Pisa with Northeastern University was surprised to see officers transporting suspects in the front seat of a patrol car.
What jumped out at me from the video, though, is also the fact that the suspect was in the passenger seat rather than in the back seat or within some type of caged environment. That seems strange to me, and no police department that I'm aware of handles prisoner transport in that manner.
We did some checking, and DC police handle suspects totally different. It has a policy to never transport a suspect in the front seat of a patrol car. The majority of its patrol cars don't have backseat cages, just like Prince George's County. So it uses SUVs with cages and transport vans that have a separate compartment. Fairfax County Police say almost all police cruisers are equipped with safety barriers that separate the officer and the prisoner. Only in rare situations will prisoners be allowed to be transported in a patrol car that isn't caged. Montgomery County says all of its patrol cars have cages. An officer can transport, if necessary, a nonviolent suspect in the front seat. Prince George's County use a Ford Enforcer as its patrol car of choice. 7 News checked with the major supplier of backseat cages, and the price tag to outfit a single patrol car in the county would run around $1,500. For the past several months, Prince George's County Police Chief Malik Aziz has refused to answer our questions on camera about use of force in his department. Both suspects in the video not talking to us, neither is Officer Tucker. The charges against the men arrested appear to be gone. We can't find them anywhere in court records. So what about those body cams that keep falling off during a struggle? How important is that when investigating use of force? We're working on that investigation coming up on Thursday. For the I-Team, Scott Taylor, 7 News.
The 7 News I-Team digging deeper tonight into disturbing video out of Prince George's County's police department involving an officer's use of force.
Our investigative reporter Scott Taylor broke these stories. And Scott, you had some questions about body cams and why officers just can't keep them on during struggles.
A lot of questions. Now, this is Officer Stephen Tucker and another Prince George's County police officer struggling with a suspect who's handcuffed during this incident. Both officers had their body cameras fall off. Tucker lost his not once, but twice. Cell phone video posted on X last October shows Prince George's County police officer Stephen Tucker grabbing a handcuffed suspect's neck during a struggle after the man refused to get into a patrol car's front seat. They fall and Tucker's arm ends up on the man's neck. This is all caught on cell phone video. That video is the only recorded evidence of the actual struggle because Tucker and his second female officer's body cameras fall off.
One of the reasons why we invest so heavily in body cameras is to prevent use of force in the first place.
Criminologist Eric Pisa with Northeastern University says a study he conducted with the Newark, New Jersey Police Department found body cameras fall off more than 34% of the time. Plus, it appears the Prince George's County Police Department didn't follow its own use of force guidelines. The department's media manager, Brian Fisher, says the department saw the cell phone video last year, but it never kept a copy of it. And there is no use of force investigation of the incident because Tucker's supervisor called it justifiable. According to police department's policy, a neck restraint is a use of force. When used, an officer's supervisor must obtain a use of force number and make sure the officer completes a use of force statement. In addition, any video evidence obtained is routed through the chain of command and to the Internal Affairs Department. We filed a public document request for any use of force investigation, but so far we haven't received any documents. Fisher told 7 News in an email no Internal Affairs Department investigation was conducted into this incident.
Every single instance of force should be documented and filed in some capacity.
What does Tucker's body camera and the camera from the second officer reveal? We requested both, and it shows before and after the use of force, but both body cameras fall off. Tucker's falls off twice during the arrest.
Let me get your bike in.
7 News has learned through the Prince George's County Police Union that patrol officers use iPro body cameras. Union officials say Prince George's is one of the only departments in the area that uses iPros. Most other departments use Axon cameras. Union officials also say the department is now using a newer magnetic clip, which works much better to secure the body camera.
But if the police agency had some type of regular review of body camera footage, I think it wouldn't take a large leap of faith to see the body camera fall off, even hear the struggle that's going on, and to conclude that some type of force was used.
We dug through Tucker's records with the police department, and 7 News discovered since 2016, Tucker has been under review for 37 incidents where he used force on a suspect in the past 8 years, including this exclusive video that 7 News obtained that shows Tucker punching a handcuffed and belted-in suspect 8 times in the head after the man spit on Tucker. Police called this use of force justifiable. So what does Prince George's County Police Chief Malik Aziz have to say? He still won't talk to the I-Team on camera about use of force in his own department.
If you're wondering, the man in the video was arrested on multiple charges, including resisting arrest. He won't talk to us, and it appears his charges were dropped. The county's police advisory board, made up of residents, tell us it never saw a use of force report on this incident. Its funding, by the way, is being cut by over 30%. We're digging into all of that for our next story. For the I-Team, Scott Taylor, 7 News.